The point of these videos was to keep myself honest, so I'm going to be honest. The I've gotten into a bit of a routine, um, but not really a great routine, a slightly lazy routine, which has been influenced by a few factors. One of those factors is coming back to the UK. One of the factors is being injured. One of the factors is recent cyber attacks on the supermarkets in the UK, particularly the Co-op, which is my most local supermarket. And yeah, I think that's about it. The injuries that I've been talking about in a few of these videos, a knee injury and a bicep injury, have kind of lingered, and I was hoping they'd get better, but then they're not. So that means I can't do a lot of the exercises I wanted to do. I can't do push-ups, and so I'm eventually admitting defeat and going to see a physio this week. Hopefully, hopefully that'll shed some light on it because I thought I could just rehab those injuries myself, and eventually they'd just get better. But because they're not really huge injuries, but they're enough to stop me from doing any kind of loading of those muscles and exercise. So particularly the bicep. So I am going to go and see the physio for that. In terms of the diet, it's been okay, but I've slipped off a little bit with the plant based, not with the plant based stuff. I've been eating plenty of plant based stuff, but with keeping the diet like um, enough of the diet healthy. So my plan was always to not have these kind of hard and fast rules where I have to obey and have like prescriptive can only eat this. But the plan was to generally try and eat more plant-based stuff, to generally try and eat healthier, to have more salads as a base instead of things like pasta and rice. And I did all of that, but I've kind of slipped back into eating a little bit more bread, a little bit more um, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. A little bit more accepting meals that I like buy in the supermarket, like ready meals and things, because of unavailability of things, because of the cyber attack, or because of just convenience, really. And also, I was drinking more water for a while, but then I kind of slipped off with that. And I was moving plenty, even though I was injured, and I kind of slipped off with that because I got into some things at home, like doing some programming and things. And I could always do other exercises that I can do whilst I couldn't do my main ones of push-ups. Like I could do the plank. There's nothing to stop me doing that. But I fell off with that a little bit as well. So admittedly, I've gone into a bit of a lull. My stats have kind of reflected that a little bit. My sleep as well. I've not been so strict about that, so my sleep's gotten a bit worse. Not significantly, but not getting the full 8 hours sleep a night, and just accepting that when I'm really into something and I'm maybe staying awake a little bit later at night, and then I go to bed and then I get up without getting the full 8 hours sleep. It doesn't really work to say, okay, well, I don't have anything planned for tomorrow, so if I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll just wake up at 10 if it takes me a little time to get to sleep instead of 9 or instead of 8. Or if I go to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning, then I can just get up at midday. It doesn't work like that because your body kind of makes you get up at the kind of usual time, even if you haven't had enough sleep, and then you're just tired because we have these kind of biorhythms and habits of waking up at certain times. So that doesn't work, and I really need to kind of keep to the window of going to bed. Sort of between 11 and 12 is okay for me, and then getting up between sort of um, around 8 o'clock, having a bit of time to go to sleep, and then around 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock latest, or maybe even just before 8 if I go to bed around 11. So, yeah, that's kind of the kind of lazy routine I've got into. What I have been doing is lots of walking. My stats are actually still okay. My blood pressure has been generally good, but I've had a few amber moments, and I put that down to um, kind of rushing around but not really getting anywhere, not really doing a good combination of things, so not doing good exercise, um, and trying to do lots of kind of busy things like getting work done and admin and emails and programming and traveling around a lot because I've had to be going down to London a few times. Um, and I haven't really gotten settled since being back in the UK, to be honest. So I need to get into a more settled routine where I have the balance right between exercise, diet, doing some exercise at home, getting out walking, and getting good sleep. And I haven't quite done that yet, so that needs fixing. But I'm still here, I'm still going, and I still want to keep doing this. I will still do a weekly update. So that was this week's.